Right then, Premier League Gameweek 37 predictions and a goodbye to Jamie Vardy at Leicester. It has been confirmed that his last game will be this one at home against Ipswich. Good way to go out. We'll see what he's got coming next. I might do a video on Jamie Vardy actually. We'll see. But let's get into these predictions. So tonight, Friday night, we've got two games and they're both because of the Europa League final. Spurs and Man United have had their matches moved to tonight to give them more time to prepare. It'll be a good watch, I think. An interesting final, 17th and 16th in the league, to get a spot in the UCL. What is football? We'll start with Villa and Spurs. I think Villa should win this, obviously. Spurs have had some more devastating news. I believe it's Kulusevski now, as well as Maddison, who will not be able to play. If we just have a look, it is Kulusevski, Maddison, Bergval, and Dane Scarlett. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, but it's a bit of a beating. Who's going to be the number 10? Potentially Sarr? Whatever they do, I'm sure they'll work it out. But not against Villa. It'll be a weaker team, I think, where they're probably looking to lose 2-1. A decent result for Spurs, to be fair. And one that helps Aston Villa on their quest to the European positions. Chelsea and Manchester United as well. That is to be played with, obviously, Chelsea also looking for European football, and Manchester United also probably playing that weaker side like Spurs. They're both away as well. Gives them a disadvantage. Technically 2 away trips in a row because they're both playing in Bilbao as well, so something else to consider. For me, I think Chelsea edge this 1-0 because neither side is brilliant, to be fair. Chelsea are playing average but getting results. These are I can't even speak. Chelsea are lucky because they play like Spurs and United, but they're in the higher position because they've done it right in a way. Anyways, basically, but they're both going to lose before the final and then probably call the match off after 20 penalties taken and ongoing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm backing Spurs personally. I won't do a video on it because it's just the one match, but although I did for the Carabao, I'll have to think about it. Also, Palace and City's match has been moved to Tuesday because they have the FA Cup final on Saturday. But that's all that's being played on Saturday because the next set of matches are on Sunday. We've got Everton and Southampton at 12 o'clock. Everton home advantage. I believe it's the last match at Goodison Park. So hopefully they'll look to out on a win, especially against Southampton. We'll just say 3-1, I think, against Southampton. Hopefully it goes well for them. And then we're going to move on quickly because there's not much to say about that other than thank you, Goodison Park. You've been a good venue over the years, but apparently the women's side are going to take it over. So at least it's still standing. It will be knocked down, which is good. We'll move on to West Ham and Nottingham Forest now. Nottingham Forest have put the foot on the brake a bit. They're not playing too well. West Ham, decent enough. They beat Man United. I can see a draw here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Goals from probably Jared Bowen and Morgan Gibbs-White. Yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White. Screw it. We'll lock it in for a bit of fun. And then we're going to move on to Brentford and Fulham. This is a match that is kind of interesting, but at the same time doesn't mean too much. I'll be looking for Brentford 3 points here, potentially with a 2-0 win. Fulham are one of those sides though, you never know. Okay, now we're moving on to the big game. Technically big game. It's Jamie Vardy's last for Leicester City. Home match against Ipswich Town. Obviously, both these teams confirmed to be relegated, but Jamie Vardy, it's his 500th game for Leicester, and he's on his 199th goal. He can score his 200th here at this match, and it'll be a great occasion, to be honest. Last match at the King Power, he's got to score, surely. We'll have a 2-1 win with Jamie Vardy to score, and then someone else. I can't be bothered thinking of a Leicester squad's underwhelming, and then Ipswich. We've got a few goal scorers there, so they'll probably get something. But not points. Hopefully that goes well for Jamie Vardy, and we'll see where he goes next. Okay, now we've got Arsenal and Newcastle United. We'll say Newcastle to win this one by 1 goal. Yeah. Newcastle recently proving that they don't just rely on Isak for goals. They've got plenty of goal scorers across the pitch. But no Mikel Merino for Arsenal as well. They don't have home advantage, but they've got no Mikel Merino, probably no Declan Rice, no Gabriel, no Gabriel Jesus, no Timber, no Havertz, no Trossard, no Tomiyasu. Whereas you look at the Newcastle injuries, Joe Linton, Willock, Trippier, Hall, Target, Botman, they can play well without those players. However, Arsenal have no attacking threat. They've got the free kick man out, they've got the centre mid striker suspended, they've got the best defender out, they've got loads of attacking threat out. It's basically Saka v Newcastle, and it's a tricky one. So I'm going to go with the Newcastle win. And it'd be interesting to see Newcastle in the Champions League next season. Moving on to Monday night, we've got Brighton and Liverpool. Brighton hosting, potentially could pick something up here, to be fair. I thought Arsenal would be able to pick up against Liverpool, but they only picked up the 1 point, which isn't bad. But obviously you've got a Liverpool side who are now focusing on the future, linked with a few good players as well. I've seen quite a few links. So even though they're losing Trent, they'll probably be okay. I can see them maybe going on to win the title next season as well, to be fair. Arne Slot, a good manager. Brighton, though, do they have what it takes to stop them from getting any more points? Coming off a win against Wolves, a good side. Draw against Newcastle, a good side. Win against West Ham, rather uncomfortable win though, 3-2. Brentford, they lost 4-2, and then they drew to Leicester, which does make me question some things. But I am going to go with a draw here, I think. Maybe another 2-2. Obviously, you've got goal scorers at Brighton, and you've definitely got goal scorers at Liverpool, so there should be a couple goals in that match. We'll go 2-2. And then we've got Tuesday night. Whoever wins the cup will obviously probably play a little bit better, but we've got 4 good teams here. We've got Palace and Wolves, Man City and Bournemouth. So for me, Palace and Wolves, potential Wolves pick up a point, maybe just a 1, maybe another draw here. Could be a 0-0, to be fair. Palace obviously be a bit tired after playing on Saturday. And Wolves, I don't know if they'll have what it takes. Obviously, 2 losses after a good run of form. I mean, those losses are to City and Brighton, so it's hardly like it's terrible. But maybe it might have knocked the confidence a little bit. But Palace home advantage after coming off the cup. I just don't see a goal here, to be fair. I'm going to go with a 0-0. Boring game. And then we've got Man City and Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth have potential to pick up some points here. Maybe just the 1, maybe 3. If you look at who's out, Sinisterra, Ryan Christie, Unal, Ouattara, Scott. I think they might be okay, you know. Coming off of a loss against Villa, it's a decent team to lose to. Win against Arsenal, draw against Man United, a 0-0 result against Palace, which is funny, and then a 1-0 win against Fulham. I think Bournemouth might be able to edge something here. I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth. Although you do have to consider Manchester City's squad depth and the home... Excuse me, stop shouting at me, stupid ring light. You have to consider Manchester City's squad depth. It's good. Obviously, I reckon that no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be a good match because these 2 teams will have the players required to have a good game at the Etihad. I would really like a Bournemouth win. In fact, they've only ever beaten Manchester City once recently, and that was on the 2nd of November. So that was in the Premier League this season. So could they do their first double? If you look at the head-to-head, it's never been a pretty picture for Bournemouth. So I'm going to back them to do what they haven't been able to do and do the double over Manchester City. We'll go Bournemouth 2, Manchester City 1, and that's the week. After this, obviously, one more game week to go. Put the final details into the table, then we can do a reaction to what I predicted at the start of the season. Obviously, as well, I've still got my championship prediction reaction to come out. I think that might come out after the final game. I believe it's next Saturday. Is Sunderland versus Sheffield United. So yes, I got both teams wrong. I called it happened in the video, but when the underdogs don't turn up, there's not much you can do. So therefore, I mean, Coventry turned up. They just were unlucky, really. But we're going to back Sunderland for the promotion. And yeah, let's look forward to next season's Premier League before this one's even done. Also, some of the kits have been announced. They look okay. I like the Man City kit, to be fair. It's nice. Chelsea one, not so much. Arsenal, it's just like every year, really. But anyways, that's about it for this one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to 40 subscribers. We can do it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.